Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about Locke's theory of personal identity in the context of the movie The Prestige. Adopted from a novel by Christopher Priest, The Prestige follows two stage magicians, Robert Angier and Alfred Borden, who become enemies after a tragic accident. Each one is driven by utter animus, competitiveness towards each other, and vie to become the greatest magician in England. At the outset of the film, after an enticing invitation to watch closely, we learn about the three-part structure of a good magic trick: the pledge, the turn, and the final part called the prestige. The prestige is the final part of a magic trick, where the object or person that has disappeared during the turn reappears, seemingly with its original structure intact. This is the heart of Locke's philosophical theory of personal identity. Locke considered people in their different aspects, the matter that comprises them, the immaterial portion called the soul, and the other immaterial portion, which he describes as consciousness, which, accompanied by reflection and reason, can consider itself the same thing in different times and places. It is this conscious part of an individual that Locke considered the true essence of personal identity: consciousness and reason with persistence of experience and memory over time. So, where do we see expressions of this in the movie? To create his greatest magic trick, called the Traveling Man, Borden capitalizes on the fact that he is secretly twins, two separate consciousnesses who happen to share the same identical form. The Borden twins completely outwit Angier. Overcome by anger and envy, Angier focuses solely on the material form of the brothers, down to their identically mutilated fingers. If he had perhaps focused on the curious fact that Borden has no memory of the knot that one of them tied around his late wife's wrists, it may have led him to wonder if the lack of persistence of experience and memory over time could be because he's dealing with two persons, not one. We see another oversight when Angier reads Borden's diary and observes that the family Borden craves one minute, he rails against the next, demanding freedom. Angier says that Borden's mind is divided, but he never stops to consider that the diary entries may have been made by separate people with separate consciousnesses, experience, and memories. Borden's wife, Sarah, has a similar problem. She sees the difference of loving behavior in one that is painfully absent in the other. But because the brothers are physically identical, she thinks she's seeing a wild oscillation in affection within one person, and that drives her to drink and to suicide. She never considered that the difference in behaviors are the manifestation of different consciousnesses with different memories and experiences in separate identical bodies. Ignoring Cutter's hint that there's no trick to Borden's traveling man, Angier determines to replicate what he believes is a feat of illusion with the aid of Nikolai Tesla. Foreshadowed by the pile of top hats shown at the beginning of the movie, Tesla builds a machine that appears to create an identical duplicate of whatever is placed inside it. Angier uses it to create two of himself, one of whom has to be killed with each performance to conceal the true nature of the events. But the question arises, is this a violation of Locke's theory of identity? Locke argues that no two things of the same kind can be in the same place at the same time, and no individual can be in two different places at the same time. So, even if Angier's twin is created with identical form, memories, and experiences, the moment of consciousness returns to each of them. A divergence occurs, and because each has different thoughts and is subjected to different experiences, be it one standing on the machine's platform and the other near the gun, or one appearing on the balcony and the other drowning in agony. So in the end, we have Borden, a set of twins whose dual identities were made obscure to the others, which resulted in each living a half-life and misery for both. And Angier, who dies questioning the nature of his actual identity, not knowing whether he's truly himself or a twin. I'm left thinking that it's too bad that Tesla didn't leave us another machine, one that could clone Locke and transport him to our present so he could watch this movie with us and share our thoughts. Or maybe he did. Thank you for watching.